portal for her to vote. But then when she inputted the combination, which, mind you, according to even the IT directorate, whenever you have an issue with your password and you go back, they send you a link to reset it. And never would there be a combination of a password to access the portal that would be in sequential order as 1111. It never happens. So what we are seeing.
Sorry to cut you in. If I may start the video.
Yes, please.
But before that, had this person attempted to vote?
Yes, please.
Prior to taking this video?
Yes, please.
And what was the result?
You already voted.
Already voted.
If you could look at the pictorial evidence you presented.
Is this same person?
Yes, please.
Is it a he or a she here?
It is a she, please.
The she?
Yes, please.
And she said she's already been voted.
Yes, yes.
Kindly play.
My lord, this is a previous video that shows the
So kindly play that video to us.
Yes, please. So this is the one that opens the portal.
It opens. Was she able to vote? Was she able to vote?
That's the one I'm trying to find for you because we didn't necessarily list it in order.
So as to whether after opening she was able to vote or not, we don't know.
No, we are trying to show it. So, if I may, my lord,
I want to see the voting part.
That's the pictorial evidence I just explained to you, please. Yes, please.
But was she able to vote? Kindly get back. I'm asking your attorney. You want to take a step? But this doesn't show whether or not she voted. It says, this isn't my name, but that's what appears. And they are saying, I have already voted. It means that when it opened...
It's one of them. It is it. Yes, it's already voted in red.
Wait. Please, you are confusing me.
Let me explain myself.
Relax. From the video you just showed us, it was able to open. But this is saying already voted.
Yes.
Already voted will only come. You can't even open.
Yes. What we are trying to say.
So how was she able to open?
No.
Now you are... Wait, there are two different things. Maybe you should get it.
So we are not trying to say the irregularity is that you open it and you are just able to vote.
Was she able to vote? That's the bench's question.
We don't know. But we recorded it as an irregularity because her password is not a password she has or she knows, her personal password.
Okay.
So she didn't want to even, I'm sure she didn't want to even risk trying to do it. But as whether she voted.
Is she here, please?
But as
is she here?
No, please. No, please.
This is a person of interest who we would want to question as a witness.
But that is the irregularities we are recording. The password indifference and then some people opening their portal. And mind you, the moment you click sign in, you've already voted, your credentials here. That's how come in the pictorial evidence is stated like that. So there are two things you are presenting here. For some people, when they open the portal with their password, it comes as already voted. And for some people, when they are presenting when they are inputting their passwords, it doesn't open, but rather the sequential code that we played in the video. So that's what we are showing in the video. And the pictorial evidence is showing the already voted.
Okay, so I think I asked the question, but that question wasn't answered. So as to whether she was able to vote after opening, we can't say yes or no. It could be that she didn't vote. It could be that she she was able to vote. But the point I'm trying to place before us is that the fact that she was able to open the portal doesn't necessarily mean that she was able to vote. Can you play the video again? So, Court, kindly listen to. I wish we could amplify the volume of the video. So, from the video, we are also making our own deduction. The lady in question just said, when I imputed my own password, it didn't open. But we can't see that in the video. It could be that she's telling lies. Is it in the video that she imputed her? Can we see that? Yes. That was her password. Um, go back. I want us to write the password to get down. You know her name, right? We have her details here. Um, I want to get her name. Please, what's her name? Yes. So we are doing this because we want to get her name, her index number. From here, we can trace the password she imputed. We would call upon the IT to verify if indeed that is the password to that student ID to know whether she inputted the wrong password or not. So go back, but please slow it down. Her name, Eunice.
If I may, when you can clearly see from the video that
Can you play? I want to write the index number.
okay,
You had. Is it different from this?
yes, they're all different. They're all different.
It's different from the Al Hassan
Exactly.
Imoro.
But what I'm drawing your attention to is, my lord, when you look at she inputting her password, you can clearly see the kind of combinations she's using.
Yes, that's why I want us to write down
Okay.
and verify if indeed that's the correct password. We can do that from the IT department. You know that.
Yes. But you could clearly see the numbers, the 111 was able to open it.
We want to know her own password,
Her
the one she imputed. Yes. So let's go. You
Okay.
play so that we just write it down.
Yes, my lord.
Go back. Okay. From the bench. For now, the password the said lady imputed in the portal, we can't ascertain whether is the correct password or not. Yes, we wish the lady is here herself. And even with that, if she tells us a lie that that's the right password, how are we going to ascertain? It's only God who knows her right password. What if she imputed a wrong password yet claims uh, is the right password? Okay. Okay, so I'm told you said you approached someone in the midst of this. You approached someone to, yes, you should furnish your attorney with all these things so that it doesn't become a back and forth thing. The moment you bring in an attorney, it means all questions are directed to him. You can't be going back and forth like that. I don't like it. Tell the attorney for the attorney to tell the bench.
My lord, what we are trying to prove here is that the combinations for her password, as here you seen, that she inputted, that we are saying that was her password, wasn't able to open it. But we can clearly see from the video to buttress what we are saying that the 111 was able to open her portal, and then the person we approached, which is the EC, and was able to also open the EC's portal, which cannot be a coincidence.
Would you want to call the AC to witness to this?
Exactly.
So the question still remains: after opening, are you able to vote and to submit?
Please, the problem is not about whether she was able to vote or not. Because if somebody has this combination, it means the person can actually have access to open her portal and vote in her state.
After voting, are you able to vote and submit? After opening, are you able to vote and submit?
For for that, I don't know, but that is not
You
what
don't
we
have
are.
evidence to that.
For that's not what we are
Kindly
presenting,
call
my
your
lord.
witness.
Happened. So is the person you approach is the person present in the court today.
No, please.
As in who you showed the floor to is the person in court as it stands now.
Yes, please.
Okay. Is who is the person?
The EC check.
Honorable EC.
Mount the bench. Mount the witness box, please. Kindly administer.
I, Honorable Hubert, the Electoral Commissioner,
do hereby in the name of God, do hereby in the name of Allah swear
do hereby in the name of Allah swear
that everything I say here
that everything I say here
shall be nothing but the truth.
shall be nothing but the truth.
So help me.
So help me God. All right. So,
Honorable EC, do you attest to the fact that the plaintiff here or the petitioner approached you when he saw such a flaw?
yes, yes, it is true.
It is
Yes.
at what time?
Wow, I can't recall, but it was in the evening. It was approaching sunset anyway.
Okay, so that's late noon.
Yes, anyway.
Okay, cool. So, what transpired during that encounter?
All right. So actually, it was just a bump in circumstance. They just approached me. Please, if you want to show you something. So I didn't know. So they took my phone instantly, and they were like, "I should open the link." So I was thinking maybe
Who
when
took your phone?
Okay. For now, I know the person, but with all respect,
The court wants to know who took your phone without. Was it with or without your consent?
wow.
Perjury is a criminal offense. I'm sure you know that. Lying under oath is a criminal offense.
All right. For this, I will come in. I don't know if I have the power to do so. I
The
want
court wants to know
who took the phone.
Now we know who approached you. We want to know who took your phone, and whether or not it was against or with your consent.
All right. I was aware.
You were aware.
Yes.
You consented to the phone retrieval.
Come again.
You consented to the phone retrieval. Did he take your phone or you gave it to him willingly?
Okay, I gave it to him willingly.
Willingly.
Yeah.
If you later realize it was taken away from you, that is perjury.
No.
Go on.
So okay, thank you. Okay, so it was like, let me show you something. So I was thinking it was the link problem. When he taps on the link, particularly, it wouldn't open. So I give him the phone together. No, actually, I did it. So I tapped on the link, and then he asked me to index my index number. So I did that. And then 111 approached us, what we see here, and then it opened. But the truth of the matter is that when it happened that way, I didn't say anything. I took it like a technical issue with which the EC has no power over. So I have to approach the stakeholders, which I approached the IT personnel. And what happened later was you can actually go into to see the portfolios as what happened, but you can't vote. When you even vote, if it comes that you even vote, you can't submit. That is what, and then they tried it.
I want to know something.
Yes.
You were able to open the
was
voting.
able, yes, that is the truth.
You voted.
Okay, I didn't vote, but we tried it using someone's phone inside. That is one of the IT personnel.
Was it able to vote?
He wasn't able to.
Were you
Okay, it was two. It was two instances. One, he was able to vote but not able to submit, and then the other, he wasn't able to vote at all.
In your submission, you said you met with stakeholders of the election, and to the best of my knowledge, stakeholders of elections involve the aspirants also. So when you meet a problem, when you have a problem with the major mode of voting, and you're approaching stakeholders, why didn't you say it's best fit to call the aspirants to also be? Because when you say stakeholders, you don't meet the IT people and say you've met a stakeholder. Stakeholders in.
Okay, so my brother, that is your definition of stakeholder here. You understand?
No.
All right. So please let me come in, please. My lord, what happened was election was still ongoing, and I didn't want to see my candidate anywhere around my engine room. You understand? Until no, till we finish electing. You cannot just use and you're teaching me. I want to also teach you something here. Thank you. So if there is an issue till you finish with the process, we cannot just take the issue that way because the IT personnel as at that moment is an operation. It's a software. He might not be able to identify the problem. Even if there's a problem, he cannot resolve it at that instant. His words will be used against him when he goes to tell something which is not right at all. And in fact, me being an EC, I'll bear the consequences as far as the students are concerned. So I should wait. We take our time. The electoral process finishes because that is these complaints were about 4%. If I should give a very vivid percentage. Come again.
Under the oath of witness, you swear the witness oath, and percentage is, as far as I'm concerned, is mathematical. Percentage has to do with fractions, and fractions are constant. To say 4% is like, did you conduct a survey or anything, questionnaires?
Okay, you don't understand. Please. I use the word will be around 4%. You understand? I'm just considering.
My problem is that
no problem. I accept it. That is not the point. Good. That's not the point. So the point is that we call the. I went to see the operationalist, which is the IT people involved, and then I asked them with the proof. So we did it there, like what I was saying, and it's open but no voting. One also open, votes came up but no submission. So I took it up to my.
If I may,
yes.
From what you're saying, can I conclude that using the 1111 couldn't vote?
No, you couldn't vote at all. You couldn't. So, and even it's not. They are saying it's 111. All right. It's 4-digit number similitude. So if 444-555, yes,
so
it can happen that way.
Tell the court that using the 4-digit code couldn't vote.
No. Yes, I can do that. So,
per your experience, in their presence.
Yes, please. All right.
What he experienced was not, what he did was not in the presence of the other stakeholders. It was between he and the IT. So,
wait, you said someone took your phone and you did it.
Okay, so when we did it, when it was, I didn't know the condition, so he approached me with it.
Who approached you? I was thinking all this while is the petitioner. That's why I said
definitely. So the petitioner, sorry for the mistake, approached me, and they raised this consent, and then it was tried. So as at that time, I didn't even consider to check if it could vote or if you cannot vote. I went inside to to verify.
Your phone and did it in your presence.
His Lordship, can I protect integrity here with all respect? Or we don't do that. As far as the court is concerned, I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant about that.
I didn't get you.
They are my candidates, and I respect all of them equally. They raised consent. So it's the consent I proposed, and I solved. I don't care who did that, if with all respect. Thank you.
You are a witness here. You are not standing in as the electoral commissioner chair. Do you understand? So we are making inquiries. So you are obliged to tell the court whoever is attached to whatever the question is. So this is not a case where you are the EC chairperson. No, you are a witness. So this is what we inquire from you. Provide information as to what we ask you. Don't say you don't know. I'm giving respect. No. Okay, fine. You are giving respect to your candidates and all. They are also our candidates. Do you understand? So we want to know who did what the TJ is asking you.
I'm sorry if I didn't.
You told the court someone approached you, took your phone. Now you have told the court that
a petitioner. It was, a Subontin.
Okay, so he took your phone with your consent, as you've
Yes, with my consent.
And what happened afterwards?
So, like I said, I approached the IT personnel to verify.
So when you took your phone, what happened?
Oh, okay. So we tried, like we opened the link.
We or he?
Well,
The phone was with him, so it can't be we. He.
Okay, understand. So he tried, put in the index number and then the 1111 code, and then it opened. But when it opened, I just took the phone. I didn't go on. So I approached the technicians to, to verify and to be clarified on something. But yet, they were not able to vote. Some voted but couldn't submit. So that is all. But anyone who approached me, I told the person it was a technical issue, and then I will get to them. That is what I do. Thank you.
That said, as a continuing because kindly approach the witness bench.
I
I, Manolos S. Bonte,
do hereby in the name of God Almighty swear
do hereby in the name of God Almighty swear
that everything I shall say here
that everything I shall say here
shall be nothing but the truth.
shall be nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Kindly introduce yourself to the court.
My Lord, my name is Bonte Emmanuel, Medlab Level 300 student, a candidate of the immediate past local news SRC elections. Thank you.
Okay, so a witness made us aware that you approached him and took his phone. Later, he also makes the court aware that he consented to you taking his phone. How true is this?
And it is not true. The reason I'm saying it is not true is that
Kindly speak loudly. I don't think that those at the back can hear you.
thank you, my Lord. I'm saying that it is not true. The reason I'm saying it is not true is that first, I did not take his phone. Second, he keyed every single thing in himself. After we asked him that this is what is going on, my lords, when we realized that the system was breached, a lot of brouhaha was happening on campus. Hey, we couldn't take matters in our hands, so we had to trust he that is responsible for the electioneering process. And after that time, we were all not allowed to approach the engine room, my lord. May that be put on record. Secondly, we were just there trying to find out how that is possible, because ideally, if the software developer who educated us, it is only your portal password, you have portal password that is supposed to allow you to go and vote. That is one. That should be put on record. So when he came outside, we want him that easy. This is what we have seen. We have realized that people are keying in their own personal passwords, but the result or the pop-up that comes is incorrect credentials. All right. And then this is what we have found out, that if anybody at all tries his or her own password and it doesn't work, any 4-digit pin works. We don't understand. Ideally, it is your portal password that is supposed to allow you to enter. I had already voted. I decided I have already voted. Let me try. Okay, with any 4-digit pin. And when I did, even though I've already voted, it was able to enter into the portal to let me know that I've already voted. You understand?
So when you opened your portal using the 4-digit, were you able to vote again?
I had already voted. So
were you
it
able
told me
to vote again?
no.
Yes or no?
No, it didn't allow me
It
to
didn't
vote.
allow you.
Yes.
So I'm stating this again. Can we as a court conclude that using the 111 to open does not warrant voting?
No, you can't.
On what grounds?
In the sense that, one, if the software was legit.
No, that is not the
I'm
point
trying
I'm
to
making.
explain to you.
Can I land?
Yes, please, my lord.
I'm saying that the fact that you use a 111 to open doesn't mean it allowed you to vote. So we can conclude that you've been able to open your portal with the 111 warranted voting.
It warranted voting. It warranted voting. Using the password 111 warranted voting.
Were you able to vote?
On the grounds that
Were you able to vote?
I had already voted personally.
Did you try voting?
No, it didn't. It didn't show that this is where you are supposed to vote. But what I'm saying is that if
The first witness said he wasn't able to vote.
that was after the EC went inside to the software developer. I don't know what he discussed with him in the absence of all stakeholders. I mean, aspirants. After that, people couldn't vote. That was the only time. After he went inside to the software developer, he came outside, and when we're trying to do it with other people that have actually not voted the whole day, you couldn't vote. But it will open for you. The thing is, it will open for you to the portal, right? And the only thing that is supposed to give you access, it is your true password. You understand? What we saw was a PIN, but we have passwords. A PIN is a personal identification number. It only deals with numbers. Ideally, if the software was legit, showing the PIN, if you type password is a mixture of letters and numbers. If you type a password, it should tell you that you have incorrect credentials. But you type in your own personal password. I have my own personal password. Say if it were a thing, the password is a thing. But if I type it in, it works as a PIN. But people that were actually keying in their own personal passwords, it was not working. But if you try any other 4-digit PIN, it works. It opens for you to go there. Now, the reason I was saying that I wanted to try it myself is that I had already voted. Now, if I've already voted, if I type my index number and I type my password, that is the only time it's supposed to show me the interface that I have already voted. But I didn't try with my personal password. I tried with the 4-digit PIN that was circulating. And it opened for me to know that I've already voted, which is not supposed to be so.
Nobody is contesting that. Or witness. Nobody is contesting it. We want to find out or conclude that if I'm able to open with, let's say, an unknown in code, which in this case is 111, it doesn't warrant voting.
It does. It was only
When is voting done? When do you say I have voted?
when you are able to select your candidates that you want to vote for and submitted it.
And submitted.
Yes.
So submission is the final stage of what?
Voting.
Does the court agree on this?
Mm-hmm.
Kindly take your seat. Witness number 1, kindly mount the witness box. Kindly sit here. Witness number 1, when you were able to open, were you able to vote?
No.
Okay. Why couldn't you vote?
Well,
It disallowed you from voting.
yes.
Kindly take your seat. Witness number 2, proceed. Do you now believe that the fact that you are able to open the portal with that unknown ticket, alphanumeric, whatever, doesn't mean you voted? You clearly stated that submission is the final point of voting, yes or no?
Yes, I did.
Did witness number 1 say he was able to vote or not?
Witness number 1 has lied to the court, my lord.
Determine whether someone has lied or not.
Good.
Witness number 2, I want to caution you about your choice of words. You can't be using certain words on people, please, respectfully. Kindly render an unqualified apology to him.
I am sorry, Mr. Isi. Witness number 2 has given us an information that cannot be relied upon. When I approached, okay, my lord, you want to say something?
I haven't spoken, have I? So go on.
Okay. When I approached EC, that this is the
Witness
issue.
number 1.
Witness number 1. We told him that this is what we have seen with the portal, and so he should try himself. All right. So he keyed in his index number, and then we said, no, this is what we have. The allegations that are coming is this. So you don't try with your password. Okay. Don't try with your password. Try with any of the 4-digit pins that they are talking about. Because if ideally it is your password that is only supposed to allow you to enter, then the 4-digit pin would not work.
So let's cut all this.
I want
In
to
your
be done.
presence, was witness number one able to vote?
In my presence, when witness number one opened,
Yes or no?
I want to state it. I want to state it. When witness number one opened, all he did was he was surprised and he walked away to the engine room. He didn't try voting there for us to see.
Did you see him vote or not?
I did not see him vote or not. He after the before the gate pin was able to enter the software, all he did was a surprise movement and he walked away to the engine room.
Witness number two. Nobody is refuting the fact that the 111 couldn't let you open. For now, it's been clear to the court. We want to know. Let me use your definition of voting. Voting is said to be done when submission takes effect. That's the definition from you you've given the court. And that's what you're all going by. Witness number one has told the court, okay, that he couldn't vote because the system disallowed him. Now, I want to know from you, in the case of witness number one, was voting done?
So voting, you asked me a question and I said yes to it when you have done submission, but voting actually starts from a point when you are entering the portal or the software.
I'm asking, when is voting set to be done? Or when is voting, not when it's voting set to be started?
So voting to be done, it has to start. It has to start.
I'm not asking about when is voting starting. When do we say voting has taken effect or voting is done?
Voting takes effect when you're able to log into your portal with your correct credential and then you vote and submit.
When is voting done?
When you submit it.
Thank you. In the case of witness number one, was voting done?
He did not vote for us to see.
He has told you he couldn't vote. I want to know.
He did not do it in our presence, so I cannot attest to that.
So he told the court that he couldn't vote. So voting wasn't done.
What is his evidence to that? The court believes in evidences. So he has to prove to the court why he said he couldn't vote. Only in his chamber, not in the presence of everybody. We wish he had tried over there, but he didn't. When he opened and was able to cross it, he just went into the engine room.
We've seen 2 or 3 videos, and in all the videos, it wasn't shown that voting was done, right? In all the 3, it got to a point and it ended. Voting wasn't done in any of the 3 videos shown here. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So can we conclude voting wasn't done in the videos? Yes, right?
Can I conclude that voting
wasn't done?
It wasn't done.
It wasn't done.
Yes.
So can the court agree that voting wasn't done in any of the videos shown?
The court can agree that voting wasn't done.
Okay.
But the system
that is the
was
point.
breached.
Nobody is contesting the breaching of the system. The court or the bench wants to know that voting wasn't done in any of the videos,
yes,
or the evidences.
Yes,
shown.
my lord.
Okay. I think you were somewhere before I.
So I didn't finish with it. When he opened it, he was surprised. Witness number one was surprised how any 4-digit pin can open with his index number. So he just walked away from us into the engine room, and we didn't see him until after some time. And then he came outside, and that's what we saw. And then when he came outside, that is when other people, there were some Sunam level 100 students that were at the hospital who had not had the chance to vote yet. So they came when they heard the noise on campus. And then when they tried with their own portal passwords, they were not working. But when they tried with their own portal password, it tells them incorrect credential. Okay. And then when they vote, when it will open for them, all right. But when they vote, they'll tell them that they've already voted.
How many were they?
1100.
How many?
Oh, I can't give a count. They were all in white. I can't give a count. I can't give an exact number.
100.
It won't be up to 100.
50.
I can't give a count of that.
But not more than 100.
Yes, not up to 100 though. Yeah.
And not up to, let's say, 80.
I can't give a count of that.
But you've given us a set limit.
Yeah.
Not up to 100.
Yes.
Continue.
I think my submission here is done. So my submission is that.
Okay, I would like to know how you people got to know that it was 4 digits that is working. I would like to know how you people got to know that it was the 4 digits that was working. Where did you people get this information from?
How?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I personally was not the one who realized that. Okay, so people were trying with their own passwords. People were trying with their own passwords, and they decided when it was not working, they decided, why is it not working? I'm typing my own password. Why is it not working? All right, decided to try any number, any random number, and see whether it will work. And when they type any number, it was not necessarily 111. Any 4 digit pin. The video you saw was the 111. Any 4 digit pin allowed them access. When they showed it to me first, personally, I did not want to believe it because we had been assured that the system is secure. We had been assured. So I did not want to believe it until I tried it myself. So as to how it got to that, I don't know. But that was what came up. We don't know who came up with that. That was what came up. And when we were trying, you realize that any 4 digit pin is actually allowing people. So my lord, you have your index number. I don't know what your index number is. You have your password in your head. I'll just type in the 4 digit pin, and it allows you to go into the portal. That was what was happening. I hope I've attempted answering your question.
Witness number 2. Please, can you tell this honorable court? So after he left into the IT engine room, is there anything else that happened that you'd like us to know?
Anything else that happened? I've seen. Anything else I've seen?
Oh, perhaps he went and came back.
Okay.
Or
One thing that happened. One thing. The other. When he left. When he left. Okay. To the engine room, we still needed more proofs. I would wish that the courts of justice would allow me to prove to the entire house with a laptop, and I'll show you a video. That is it. One of our students, MedLab students, actually with his consent, in the person of Dominic, I can't pronounce the last name. He tried severally with his own portal password, but it was not working. Okay. And then when we heard this, we decided, oh, if it is not working, then now he started that in the morning. He sent me the message in the morning that he cannot vote. Easy. Witness number 1, he would attest to the fact that I sent him that message that the person cannot vote. And he said he's working on it. He didn't respond until the voting ended. So when the person sent the index number and the password, we decided that we would try again. We tried with the voting software. His password showed incorrect credential. All right. And then we decided, we'll go to his portal with his consent. We'll go to his portal and check if it is actually his portal password. And when we opened, it was able to open it into his portal, the US portal, I mean. Would you allow me to prove it, please? Evidence. Evidence. The laptop. My lord, I would like you all to witness this. If I can plug it so that you all witness. My lord, please, I have the video here. We screen recorded everything that we were doing. I don't have it on my laptop. I would have played for them to see. So I'll show to the justices.
What is it about?
Okay. This is a video of the little boy, my boy, in the person of Dominic, showing us his index number and password. That's with the voting software. And all that they are giving him is incorrect credentials. And then that was in the morning. We decided we would try it in the evening. when we realized that any 4-digit pin could actually work. So I'd like to show to you so that you see the password. Oh, I need this on a laptop. The video, I need it on a laptop. Let me send it to the laptop. My lord, can you let me send it to the laptop so that the entire audience can? Thank you, sir.
My question is, did the person, this your Dominic, was he able to vote? Was his vote submitted?
So he couldn't even enter the portal with his own password. So it disenfranchised him from voting.
There are two different things. Being disenfranchised and not being able to vote are two different things. You get it. You can open your portal and not be able to submit your vote. That is when you are not able to vote.
Good.
Disenfranchising someone means that you don't even have access. When you go to the portal, you are not even able to open, or you are not even allowed to open. So the question is, after realizing that the 4-digit password is able to open any US chain, is this to say that Dominic in question, that is who you are referring, was able to vote, yes or no? No, please let him answer first. I want to find out.
Grounds not about voting, because voting starts from verifying your credentials. The problem is not whether he was able to submit the voting.
That's why I stated emphatically
The
in the
court
beginning
cannot
that
conclude
listen, please listen. That this is not a matter of being disenfranchised. This is a matter about voting.
No, please.
So listen. I want to find out. The questions we are asking is to find out because if it was disenfranchising him, it's already stated clearly that he has been disenfranchised. This is to find out, was he able to vote, yes or no?
And that is what we are trying to say. That is not the issue we are trying to handle right now. Because if
So you tell us what issue we should handle or what?
No, not that. But if you go to the bank and then you input your bank account details, which are bank credentials, and it's not able to open, but then you input a random input guest number and it's able to input it, you would actually be alarmed. So the problem is that this is your personal password. These are your personal credentials. It means that it actually that this set of credentials can be able
Can you
to
come again with the bank
portal.
the bank thing you just cited? The bank thing, yeah.
Please say.
You made an example of a bank, something I didn't get you.
When you go to the bank and you are inputting your credentials in the bank system, whether ATM or whatever.
Okay. Let's use an ATM.
Yes, use ATM. So yes, the ATM, you have the PIN. If you input your PIN in the ATM and it doesn't open, but then you try a number like 000, because even IT hackers can use debug and
Yes, go on, you go on.
000. It actually raises alarm. It means that anybody that has access to your card, usually are not supposed to be alarmed because
So
you have the PIN.
relax. In the ATM example you are citing,
Yes, please.
if you are able to use a number which is not your PIN,
Yes.
and it opens the portal,
Yes.
you can withdraw money or not.
That is not the
Relax. I'm asking you simple yes or no question.
It will depend on what you want to. If you withdraw money, that's maybe
no
to you.
If you are saying you don't, I'm telling you, the moment you're able to open your account in an ATM, you can withdraw money.
Yes.
In this case, it's been proven in court that he wasn't able to vote, which you have all agreed.
Yes.
Yes.
But that's
So you are just comparing apples and oranges in this
No, please.
instance.
What I'm
And I
trying
told you, constitutional law doesn't base on assumptions.
No, I'm not trying to assume. You see, what I'm trying to say is that
And
you are,
even in your assumptions, in the case of the ATM, you can withdraw. But
My
in
lord,
the case of this,
my
he wasn't
lord,
able to
my
vote.
lord, you are inferring that the
I'm not
ability
inferring,
to,
it's clear cut.
no, the ability, you're inferring that the ability to withdraw means that the code should be, it's actually all right to have a set of codes to be able to open your portal. But that is not what we are inferring. Because even actually, the truth is that when you realize that your ATM pin has been changed without your consent, your first response will not be to withdraw. So the thing is that we are not talking about the ability to vote. We are talking about the change credentials, please.
Thank you. Witness number
My
two,
lord.
please, we have addressed the.
You permitted me to present an evidence to the court of justice. So I want to present the evidence.
hello. What we want to establish is said person. We have
This is a
access
different
to so
video.
many.
This is a different video.
What we want to establish is whether the person was able to vote or not.
Okay.
This video you're about to show us, was the person able to vote or not?
See, the reason why I cannot answer that question is that
No, it's
simple yes or no insecurity. Insecurity now discrepancies are in the software. But on board seeing candidates to vote in voting. They are saying that any person with your own into the software see in the software, which means we cannot trust it. Am I still permitted to play the evidence to the court?
The issue which we are addressing under the petition here is that the use of a totally flawed, very insecure, unsafe, and highly compromised online voting system purposely designed to rig the election. How do you rig an election if you just open it?
So, my lord,
You don't rig an election by just opening the portal. Do you understand? How will you rig an election if you have access to open something? So this is the issue we are addressing. So when we are specifically based on voting, that is what the petition is trying to say. If I open the portal and I'm not able to vote, does that mean I've rigged the election?
My lord.
No, it hasn't.
thank you, my lord. My
Because
lord,
this petition is clearly what's the name? Defined in what it's what's the name? The wishes to put across. So if I am able to open, we've asked you with several evidences that you've shown to the court. You seek to show us a new evidence, and we are asking you, does it lead to voting, yes or no? Because what we have here is what we have stated in the petition is that it was insecure. Fine, we have established that it is insecure because other passwords can be used to open. But in the petition, the first objective statement, it states that its insecurity was used to what? Rig election. So if you can't vote, how then do you rig an election?
my lord, can I please talk, my lord? Thank you, my lord. So, my lord, there are people that when they actually went into their portal for the first time, what they saw was that they've already been voted for. What they saw was they've already been voted for.
So that has to do with being disenfranchised. I've made it clear that it is another issue altogether.
So, my lord,
if you are talking about someone being disenfranchised, fine. If it's about voting. So my question is, therefore, was he able to vote at the end of the video? The video I come to show to the court. When we watch, are we going to see that the said person was able to vote? Yes or no? Simple.
my lord, thank you for the submission. I understand. As to whether the person was able to vote, I cannot tell because voting is a secret. And when we tried and was able to open, I didn't want to take that matter upon myself to cast the ballot for the person because I didn't have a consent to voting for him. All right. Now, allow me to show you the new evidence in court. Thank you.
So, in the showing, please, let's get this clear. Nobody has shown us for now someone opening the portal and going ahead to vote. For now, we can't say with facts or evidence that even though I was able to open someone's portal or my portal with the 111 or the 444, I was able to vote. It has not been proven in this court, and I'm sure we are all aware of this. What has been proven is with 111, you can open someone's portal, yes or no. But as to whether you can vote or not, it hasn't been proven. So we can't say that if I open someone's portal with 111, I can vote. Can we say that? We can't. I'll be very glad if the video is about to project shows an actual voting and submission. If not, it's the same video as seen in the theory early on.
So, my lord,
If it doesn't really portray voting submission sent, please give us that respect and let's move forward. Because we've seen three previous videos which says the same thing. For now, there hasn't been any video showing there was a vote cast and sent. So let's see the video, then we know what to do.
Please, where witness one? Where is he? Ah, please, can someone please call him for us? Witness one. How do you leave the court without? Please approach the bench. Please approach the bench. So why are you under oath and you are leaving the court without permission? Why do you leave the court without permission? You are under oath as a witness. You're a witness and you're under oath and you are leaving the court with no permission. No, you are representing as a witness and you are just moving up and okay. So I want you to clarify or state the reason why you did not include the various stakeholders. As you said, you are not supposed to allow them into the strong room, which are rightly it's your right. It's within your right not to allow them. However, the CI which you presented to Parliament, you remember the CI you presented to Parliament, exactly. In the CI, which we all know that the SRC Parliament is the highest decision body of the school, or represent for SRC matters is the SRC Parliament. Or yes, I think yeah. So why is it that you submitted a CI and it made provisions that every candidate must have a representative in the strong room or wherever, because everybody is supposed to have a candidate or representative in the strong room. And this issue has come up. You stated that you didn't allow the candidates to enter, which I do not fault you for. But why is it that your reps in the strong room there was not previewed to whatever was transpiring between you and the IT persons? Because what you are saying to the court that what shows that maybe after telling the IT person something happened, there can be a tweak or anything because they are in charge of operating the software. So why is it that you did not ask the EC in the name of fairness and justice to call the reps in the strong room, the reps of the various candidates in the strong room, to tell them, oh, this is what your aspirants or your candidates have brought up. I would like you people to come around and let's discuss the way forward so that we don't come to the court without a witness telling us that we went to see somebody. I want a reason for such.
All right, thank you very much. That is a very true statement. Okay, starting with, I proposed to them earlier that the candidate that we should go by the emails as a form of a voting pattern. I'm coming, please. So whatever thing that you are saying, they know that there might be disadvantages, which might be technical issues pertaining to the MOU they signed. So whatever software, whatever pattern of voting which was being asked or which we acted upon was something they agreed upon to sign. All right. So whatever technical issue that comes up, the EC has nothing to do with it. I go in, I make the proposal. Besides, I didn't get any active response.
Can we get the copy of that MOU?
Excuse me, let me ask my first deputy for it. Can I leave the court now?
2 minutes, please. Kindly hurry up.
Thank you.
My lord. My lord, please, my evidence is ready. It may take a little bit of time, but I plead that you permit me to play it. Thank you very much. Before I play the evidence, the case I am making is that the system was flawed.
You are not disputing that fact.
Okay, thank you.
So show us what you have to show us.
So, my lord, as you can see here, this is the index number of the person. You have 2020 1147. And this is the password to the person's portal. This was as at 6 on the day of voting, 6 on the day of voting. Thank you. Before that, I'd like us to go to the UHAS.
The portal password, his original portal password.
That is the original portal password.
1957.
57.
You have.
Are you sure? I'm sure it was changed.
So I'm going to prove it here, the UHAS portal.
Overruled.
Please, can I proceed?
Can you confirm from the person whether or not the person has changed it before?
Okay, so this is the password as at Friday 6/6.
Yes.
Today is
we want
Monday.
to know whether this is. Please sit down.
Sit down. Have the MOU ready.
Witness number 1, sit, please. We want to know whether the 1957. Hey, where is it? Is the first password the university gave him or her, or this is a changed one?
My lord, the individual is here. I'll call the individual if you allow me to come and answer.
Please do.
Mr. Dominic, please, can you come to the Court of Justice?
Kindly mount the witness box. Take the oath of the witness. Please.
I
best get Dominic.
do hereby in the name of God Almighty
Do hereby in the name of God the Almighty
swear that everything I shall state here
swear that everything I shall state here
shall be nothing but the truth,
shall be nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Can you state emphatically to the Scott that the password you see on the screen is the one given to you by the school at the inception of stay here or something?
No, please.
So what password were you given?
It was the last 4 digits of the index number 1147. 47.
1147.
Yes,
So
please.
this password is a changed password.
Yeah.
It's not the first one.
No, please.
Okay. Kindly take your seat.
Thank you, my lords. Can I proceed? Can I proceed? Okay, so this is even though a changed password before the day of voting, which is supposed to work perfectly. Oh, what is happening? So, my lords, we will use his changed password to prove our case. Oh. Now, this is the US portal house. My lords, you have seen it with your own eyes. US 2020 1147. The password we saw was 1957. Shall we enter? Okay, 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 let me log out. You have 2020 1147. 1957. Please, where should I show the password? Where should I show the password? Where should I show the password? So, my lord, let one of you witness me type the password into the portal. Please type it 1957. 1957. It's already there. 57. Enter. Enter. Just press enter. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you very much. Please, Honorable Dominic, can you remove your nose mask for the whole house and the justices here to see you?
Put it on.
Put it on, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, sir, let's go back to the video. In the morning, when he texted me, he told me that he keyed in his portal password, and what they were telling him was incorrect credential. Incorrect credential. This is the video. He's looking for the link to vote. The link that was sent for us to vote. That's what he's looking for. This is the link. It has opened the software system. You are going to look at the password and the index number again. This is the index number and that's the password. You have 2020 1147. Now, initially, he had used his own password, but it didn't work. So we decided with the rumors we have heard, let us try. Now we've already established that we tried with his own password to his portal. A password changed before the day of voting and it opened his portal. So let's go and look at his password. But we did not type his password. We did not type his password. See what you are typing, 111. You saw it. We typed 111. But pause. Let us look at the name that appears over there. The name that appears at the top there is Kujolinda with a different index number. Let me screenshot. The owner of the PC, can you come and zoom this out for me, please? My lords, we are proving an evidence. Please permit us to prove the evidence.
Not that we don't want you to prove. This type of evidence has been shown to the court. Does it lead to voting? That is
It leads to voting because it has allowed.
the
Go back.
issue. The issue with mismatched names is a different item on the petition.
So, my
You
lord,
also get there. So if you know it does not lead to rigging of election in the first objective, why do we bother ourselves to go through all the entire process?
so my lord, can I come in, please, my lord?
This,
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Your
So,
closing statement.
what I am saying is that in my closing statement, what I'm saying is that for one to be able to vote, your password and your index number is the first thing. Without it, you cannot vote. Please let me finish. Without it, you cannot vote. And the only yardstick that should allow you into the software should be your password. He tried with his password, his actual password, it didn't work.
Okay. What?
We've heard this over and
So
over
how we want
I'm
again.
making my closing statement. He tried with his own password, it didn't work.
The gentleman who just entered, please do the needful.
He tried with his own password, it didn't work. And then he tried with this.
The gentleman with the cap, please do the needful.
They all didn't work. They all didn't work. And then we had the allegations with proofs, with screenshot that said you've already voted. What we are saying is that if the software is flawed like this, if someone somewhere else who is a good ICT person knows this, the person would have voted on the behalf of a lot of people. Would have voted on the
Don't
behalf.
make such arguments. There hasn't been any evidence in this court which showed someone using the 111 to vote. Let's not go on this tangent, please. I told you from the onset that be very much circumspect with what you say here.
The case I am
This
making.
is a court. We are recording everything you say here, and anything you say here can be used against you in a higher court. So please, don't be making statements like that.
The case I am making.
You haven't been able to prove to us that you used the 111 to vote. So don't say anybody else can vote. Don't say that. I don't want to hear that in this court.
Thank you, my lord. I'm sorry for making such a statement. But the case I'm making is that the first thing that is supposed to allow you to vote is your index number and password. And when you use your real index number, your actual index number, it does not work. Okay? But when you use any other number, it works, which means that it has given you the opportunity into the system where you can vote.
Okay. Thank you.
So if you continue, you'll be able to vote. Thank you.
You are welcome. Okay. So please have your seats. Thank you. So before we proceed, we'll just run through. We have already established that the system was unsafe, insecure. What we tried to prove was that was it used to vote? No one has been able to prove beyond reasonable doubt to this court that the system, after using the 111 combination or 444 combination, was allowed anyone to actually do what? Vote. So we move to the next item. Many students could not access voting with their portal password, but any 4-number combinations. We've already established that. Some students who changed their portal password, we've already established that. Mismatched provincial ballots. Many students from whole campuses had Huawei provincial aspirants on their back ballot interface and vice versa. Many students upon login had different identities. That one has been established. Many students did not vote because they could not access the system even with their index numbers. That one too has been established. So it had nothing to do. We just wanted to find out that the first item on the petition, which had to do with using the flawed system to vote, no one has been able to prove to this court that the flawed system allowed him or her to actually do what? Vote. No. So, please, do you have any evidence to show that the mismatched provincial ballot, the item to do with the mismatch? Exactly. So if it also implies that if your name is mismatched and you are aligned with a different name on Huawei campus, it will give you the interface for you to vote using the Huawei.
Can you allow him to land?
That is what I'm saying. Whether we are just trying to see whether the statements made there are factual or not. We are not trying to do anything. You understand? You just want the hand. So if you key in your password and or your index number and your password, and it mismatches your identity with someone else's, it could be that it will place you in a different campus when you are not there. So I can be in Ho and I'll be able to vote for a provincial candidate from Hohoi. Is that is what I want to say, or it is not the case?
The, hello, my lord. The issue of the mismatch pairs, meaning that if the person even ends up voting, it's let's say let's use the witness number 4, that's Dominic, and he opens his portal and he sees Kujo Linda. Even if he ends up voting, it's not Dominic that voted, it is Kujo Linda that voted, meaning he's not counted as someone who has actually voted.
Exactly. That's
Yes,
what-
my lord.
to make
Sorry to cut in.
Yes,
but
my
I'm
lord.
reading from your petition. It
Yes.
says mismatched provincial ballots.
Yes, my lord.
Many students from whole campus had avoid provincial aspirants on their ballot interface. So it means that I'm on whole campus.
Yes,
If I
ma'am.
open my interface, I'll see pictures of avoid aspirants. This is what it means. Is that what happened? Do you have evidence to that? You have evidence to that.
Actually, allow us to charge.
God, I would want to ask, is anybody here from Hope who opened his or her portal to vote yet saw Hope aspirants there? I just want an honest answer. I didn't see it when I was voting. I only saw Ho and the federal. I never saw anybody from Hohoy. Can anybody attest to this?
My lord,
There's
somebody.
a hand up at the back.
Please, if you before you mount the bench, make sure that your answer is in line with the question, not come and give any sort of description or anything. It's a what? And the name on the this one is his name actually.
No, it's not the person's name.
Exactly. So someone whose name is let's say my name is Lawrence, and I've opened my portal, and I see my name, Hogware aspirant. My name has not been mismatched. We've already established that some people's names have been mismatched. We are talking about having mismatched provincial aspirants from O and Hogware and vice versa. That your name, Lawrence, my name, sorry, Lawrence, is able to get provincial candidates from Hogware while I'm a student in Ho.
Is that the case?
Is that the case?
Where's the evidence?
Is that the case, or it's a mismatch, has to do with mismatch identity?
Your phone is off.
My own from
There's a charger here. Please bring it. Okay, so I voted in Ho. I'm a student of the whole campus. I opened my portal. I saw only Ho candidates there. We have a Hawaii student here. I want to ask her, did she open her portal and saw aspirants or candidates from Ho?
Someone has something to say.
No, this is not. She's not a witness. She's not a witness. I opened my portal and I saw Ho students. Okay, then the petitioner is claiming, because now we don't have any evidence, that he has evidence of people who are Ho students, right? Opening portals and it was Hawaii candidate. Okay, we are charging your phone. I'm told the former provincial president from Hawaii is here. From Hawaii. Please, did you vote? If you don't mind, can you share with us if you had similar complaints, please?
similar problems though, but I received complaints from other students, especially the level 100 students who were complaining.
That
Yeah.
they opened their portals and they saw candidates from other campus.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please.
No, when they told you that, were the identities mismatched?
Yes, those people too.
Exactly.
They are,
That's what I'm
yeah,
trying to say. That
yeah.
for me personally, if I'm Lawrence from Go Campus, I should not have a mismatched identity in order to see that the person is from Ohwe. If it is mismatched, it is likely to happen. Do you understand what you are trying to say?
Please, please.
No, listen. If I open my portal, my name is Lawrence. I key in my index number and my password. And when it opens, they tell me my name is Ajobi Ablan. And I'm not Ajobi Ablan. There is a likelihood that Ajobi Ablan is a student in Hogwarts. Do you understand? So if my name does not, see, the issue with mismatched identities has been proven. We want to prove that truly, someone from Go got or Hogwarts got vice versa provincial candidates. I have one here. You, with your index number and your name appearing.
Yes, my index number, my name.
Please approve the court and take the oath so that we can take it as evidence.
I.
Ateniba John. Ateniba John.
Do hereby in the name of God Almighty swear
Do hereby in the name of the Lord Almighty swear
that everything I shall say here
that everything I shall say here
shall be nothing but the truth.
shall be nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Can you say to the court? Can you attest to the court? I'll give say it. Can you say that when you opened your portal, your name appeared, but you got aspirants from Hogwarts as a whole student?
Okay, so the link was sent around 10 a.m. there. So
Go straight to the point. Don't give us a story.
So I keyed in my own password. My name came correct, name everything. But then, how do you call it? I got the portfolios for all of them, who and Hogwarts. So I voted for all of them. You don't get it.
Do you have any evidence to what you're saying?
Actually didn't
Then
record it.
please get back to your seat.
Okay. You were here.
The court doesn't base on assumption. We don't base on assumption. That's a very common problem. What is the truth in what he's saying? Kindly take your seat.
It's not a
Kindly take your seat. Kindly take your seat and stop talking. Counsel, please go ahead.
He's actually saying, not an assumption, that he categorically actually inputted everything that is his and saw this. So you can't say that he's assuming. He's actually a witness attesting to a fact.
Okay.
Witness, kindly come forward.
Pressure. I repeat the question again. Please, your full. Can you identify yourself to the court? Yes, your name, your name.
I'm Jonathan Iba. Yeah.
And like identify yourself.
MBMB level 300.
Your first name again. Your first name, John. Okay. So are you stating that, Mr. John, you entered your portal as a host, a student in the whole on whole campus. When you opened, you got access to vote for Hohwe provincial candidates. You did.
Yes.
You did. Thank you. Let's decide on that. So, council, what evidence do you have?
I didn't record or take screenshot of it.
Thank you. Please resume your seats. Council, please, can we have your closing remarks? Please, your closing remark. Your closing.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, from provided evidences, just to lay basis, voting as we have it doesn't conclude or isn't concluded when the person is able to submit. Voting starts with verification of identity. That is the first thing. That is, you input your right credentials. Your right name must appear. After that, you are able to select whatever candidate that is apportioned to your campus, and then submit and get a successful reply or a successful feedback. That is when voting is concluded. If from A or from the start voting is flawed, or from the word go, the first thing is flawed, it means that the whole process is flawed. If Mr. Jeffrey votes with his name Jeffrey, or input his credentials and Kujo Linda is appearing, technically it is not Jeffrey that is voting.
Please, the gentleman who was asked to excuse the court. Please, you've returned and you are still disturbing the court. Kindly walk out. Please tell the person to bring it to you outside, okay? Please continue.
So what I'm trying to say is the definition that says that voting actually ends with submitting is not what we are actually going to accept. So based on the evidences provided and everything that we showed the court today, we would plead with the court or the jury that all listed suggestions should be adhered to in favorable consideration. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, the bench. Thank you. The bench received the application for amendment of the suit that was read earlier by Mr. Cosmos Bubunyo. And looking at the merits of the case that the suit presented, it has been carefully addressed in this petition by Mr. Ishakumuru. So the bench deems it not. So we accept the application for amendment and we will sit on the issues. Thank you.